Good morning students. In the previous video we have completed our first lesson of science, food and its sources. Now in this video we are going to study our second lesson of science, components of food. Now in this video we will be covering the topics such as why do we eat food? Why do we eat different varieties of food? Then components of food such as nutrients, dietary fibers and water. Then different types of nutrients such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. After that, balanced diet and deficiency diseases. Now I have so many questions to ask. Now tell me one thing, why do we eat food? Do our body needs it? What will happen if we do not eat food? Now let's see the answer. Just as petrol or diesel is fuel for our car, in the same way, food is the fuel for our body. Food provides us energy and it is necessary for our survival. So sometimes we eat aloo paratha, sometimes we eat dal chawal, sabji roti, green vegetables, fruits, milk, egg, fish, etc. So why do we eat so much variety of food? Do our body needs different kinds of food for some special purpose? Now let's understand it in this way. We know that food is made up of one or two ingredients, and these ingredients contains nutrients, roughage or dietary fibers and water. Nutrients are further classified as carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins and minerals. Our body needs all these nutrients to maintain good health. So, single food item does not contain all the nutrient. So, we eat variety of foods to get all the nutrients. I hope you got your answer. Now, we know that nutrient, dietary fibers and water are components of food. Now we will now study about each of these components separately. Now first we will study about nutrients. The food we eat has some chemical substances called nutrients. Nutrients are essential components that provide nourishment for proper growth and development of our body. There are uh, five types of nutrients: carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Now, carbohydrate and fats gives us energy. Thus, food containing carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving foods. Proteins are needed for growth and repair of the body. Thus, food containing proteins are called body building foods. Foods containing vitamin and minerals are called protective foods, as vitamin and minerals protect us from diseases. Now let's study about each of the nutrients separately. First is carbohydrate. The main function of carbohydrate is to provide energy. With this energy, we perform daily activities such as walking, reading, playing, sleeping, breathing, etc. Now there are two types of carbohydrate, simple carbohydrate and the complex carbohydrate. Simple carbohydrates are digested quickly and thus provide instant energy. They are broken down directly into simple substances that are then readily absorbed by blood. That of complex carbohydrates, they take long time to digest. They are first broken down into simple carbohydrates and then into simpler substances. These simpler substances are then absorbed by blood to provide energy to the body. So here's some common example of the carbohydrates are wheat, rice, bajra, maize, potato, sweet potato, sugarcane, banana, mango, papaya, melon, milk, cheese, ice cream, sugary sweets, etc. Now we will do very simple test to check this food item really contain carbohydrate. Here we are taking bread and potato. So Take small quantity of food item to be tested, then put 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution on it. Then observe the color of the food item. After that, if the food changes to blue black color, it indicates the presence of carbohydrates. So students, you have to remember just one line. Food plus iodine solution, it gives blue black color. That means there is a presence of carbohydrate. Now let's study about proteins. Proteins, we know that our body is made up of cell. Proteins are essential for making cells. As we grow, more cells are made. Proteins are required for making these new cells. Proteins are also required for maintaining proper health of cells, that is, repair and replacement of worn out cells. Thus, growing children and sick people need more proteins compared to others. So, protein is also called body building foods. There are two sources of protein, plant sources and the animal sources. Some plant sources are pulses, in that moong, malka, chana, beans, in that soya bean and the peas. Animal sources milk, paneer, eggs, fish, meat, etc. The way we did test for carbohydrate, let's now do a test for protein. Take small quantity of the food item to be tested, then grind the food item, then put the food item into a test tube. After that, add 10 drops of water to the test tube and shake well. Then add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda solution to the test tube and shake well. Then observe the color of the mixture. Violet color indicates the presence of proteins in the food sample, food item. Okay, so students, you have to remember only this equation. Food item plus water plus 2 drops of copper sulfate solution plus 10 drops of caustic soda solution, it gives violet color. That means there is a presence of protein. Are you getting this? Now next one is the fats. Fats also provides energy to the body. Fats gives us more energy as compared to carbohydrate. Some plant sources of the fats are nuts, including almond, cashew nut, groundnut, etc. Oils containing coconut oil, mustard oil, sunflower oil, and the soybean oil. Some of the animal sources are milk, cream, ghee, butter, eggs, fish, meat, etc. Now study the test for fats. Take a small quantity of the food item to be tested. Rub the food on piece of paper, then dry the paper by keeping it in sunlight for some time. Then observe the paper. If there is a oily patch observed on paper, that means there is a presence of fat. If there is no oily patch on paper, that means no fat is present. Now, next one is the vitamin. Vitamins are required by our body in small amount but are essential for keeping us fit and healthy. They protect us from various diseases. There are two kinds of vitamin. First one is the water soluble vitamin. It includes vitamin B and vitamin C. Then fat soluble vitamins, it include vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. That means vitamin A, D, E, K. Now here one chart is given which shows the different kinds of vitamin, their functions and the sources. Vitamin A keeps our eyes and skin healthy, and sources are mango, pumpkin, carrot, milk, fish oil, etc. Then vitamin B is essential for various functions of our body, and the sources are wheat, rice, fruits, eggs, fish, nuts, etc. Then vitamin C, it fights against many diseases. And the sources are amla, guava, orange, lemon, tomato. Then vitamin D, it helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. And the sources are eggs, milk, butter, fish, sunlight, etc. Now next nutrient is the minerals. Minerals are also needed by our body in small amount. They are very essential for proper growth and to maintain good health. Now see, there are the different kinds of minerals. See the chart. First one is the calcium. Calcium is essential for the development of healthy bones and the teeth. It is present in foods such as milk, milk product, eggs, broccoli and the turnip. Then iron. Iron is important for the formation of a red color pigment called hemoglobin in our blood. This pigment is essential for transport of oxygen through blood. Blood gets its red color because of the presence of this hemoglobin. Some of the iron rich foods are green leafy vegetables, apples, jaggery, tamarind, figs, and the guava. The next one is the phosphorus. Phosphorus is also required for healthy bones and the teeth. It is found in milk, fish, bananas, and the whole grains. Now next one is the iron. Sorry, not iron, iodine. Iodine is essential for the normal functioning of the body and its growth and the development. It is present in seafood such as fish and prawns and iodized salt. So we finished the five nutrients. After that we are going to study the roughage or dietary fibers and water. So roughage, the main function of the roughage or dietary fiber is it is you help in the digestion of foods, and their sources are whole grains and pulses, vegetables and fresh fruits. Then water. Water is not considered a nutrient, but it is essential for our survival. About 70% of our body weight is water. Water is important. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It is also help in throwing out some wastage from the body as urine and sweat. Our body loses water continuously as in the form of sweat, urine and vapor. Hence, we need to replenish our body with water, otherwise, it could lead to a condition called dehydration. It is recommended that one should drink about 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. Other sources of water include fruits, vegetables, milk, and juices. Water is also added to our food while cooking. Now, next is balanced diet. A diet that contains the proper proportion of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, roughage, and water necessary to maintain good health. It includes cereals, pulses, fruits and vegetables, meat, poultry, and dairy products. Are you taking a balanced diet or you are taking junk food? If you are taking a junk food, then remember junk food will make you fat and lazy. You suffer from some diseases such as diabetes and heart problem, and thus you become sad and unhappy. And if you are taking the healthy food or balanced diet, then uh, you become healthy, full of energy, you have a good memory, your mood is always happy, and you become a student of the year. Okay, so you please eat the healthy food, not the junk food. Okay, then next is what will happen if you do not eat variety of food. Then what happen? There is a deficiency disease. One may be eating enough food but not necessarily the right type of food. If our diet does not contain appropriate amount of any of the nutrients, our body starts showing signs and symptoms of deficiency. These deficiency over a long period of time lead to deficiency diseases. Deficiency diseases are the result of malfunctioning of the body due to lack of one or more nutrient in the diet. Now you can see the deficiency of some nutrient. So if there is a deficiency of protein, then there is the stunted growth, that means the short height. Please see the picture. So you have stunted growth, that means short height, swelling of the face, discoloration of hair, skin diseases, and diarrhea. If there is a deficiency of the protein and the carbohydrate in the body, then growth may be stopped completely. The body become very lean and thin, and you may not be able to walk properly. Okay. Now see the one more chart. There is a different kinds of nutrient and nutrients, deficiency of this nutrient and their symptoms. So first one is the vitamin A. If there is a deficiency of vitamin A, then there is a loss of vision, and the sign are poor vision, night blindness. Vitamin B1, the deficiency disease is beriberi, and the symptoms are weak muscles and very little energy to work. Then vitamin C, the deficiency disease called scurvy. In that, bleeding gums, wounds take long time to heal. Then if there is a deficiency of vitamin D, and the disease is rickets. In that, soft and bent bones. If there is a deficiency of calcium, there is a bone and tooth decay, and the symptoms are weak bones and the tooth decay. If there is a deficiency of iodine, you suffer from the goiter. In that, glands in the neck appear swollen, and there is maybe mental ability in children. If there is a deficiency of iron, then you suffer from the anemia, in that weakness of the body. Okay, so here we completed our second lesson of science, that is component of food. Now from this video you can solve your next job sheet. Thank you.